celebrating birthdays at work. Let's talk about it. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Culture Connection Conversations, where we bring you relatable stories of diversity.
Hi, I am Filomena, based in the Netherlands.
And I'm Claudia from Luxembourg.
I'm an intercultural leadership and team development expert.
I am a coach and mediator accompanying professionals, entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, as well as their teams.
You call us when results are going down, you're struggling, or there's friction.
Okay, let's get started. So today is August 12th, 2024, and last night was the ending ceremony of the 24 Paris Olympics. Were you able to see some of the closing ceremony, Philomen?
I saw part of it, Claudia, and I thought it was pretty nice. And what I remember most, apart from the spectacular elements, is what was being said about the Olympic Games and France having created such an atmosphere of inclusion and peace. And I think that should be the main message, right? Mm-hmm. Inclusion and peace should be high up on our agenda, looking at the world situation at present. So I think it's a good thing he said that.
Right. That is very nice, even though, there was some controversy. And I think as we aboard this inclusion topic and try to make this work, it's very clear that there's going to be moments when, things are not necessarily going exactly right. But, we have to go through this to figure this thing out. So, that I think was a big topic of these Olympics. And, let's continue to make this work.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So you have a nice topic for today, Claudia.
Yes.
Birthdays.
Birthdays. Yes, of course, birthdays. And, many companies have this culture that, birthdays are addressed in the company, and that it's okay to celebrate the birthday girl or birthday boy on their special days. However, culturally, I think that there's quite a bit of difference. And I had this discussion, this is not my own story, but I had this discussion with a German friend of mine. And she said that in Germany, when you are the birthday girl, in her case, you go to work and you treat your colleagues. You bring cookies, or depending on the size of the team, you take everybody out to lunch or maybe even dinner, and you make a big celebration that you offer. So you, as the birthday girl, share your good fortune with others and invite them to come along.
I can relate to that. It's the same in the Netherlands, Claudia.
Okay.
Well, it's not a big party in general, but you do bring like pastry or cake, whatever, something. And when it's very hot, like today, maybe some ice cream, right? To create some atmosphere.
Exactly.
But that's it. And then you get a bunch of flowers from the CEO.
If you're lucky. But the thing is that they had a consultant from one of their sites in Canada who came, and incidentally it was this gentleman's birthday, and he didn't do that because in the Canadian culture it is the others who treat you. Meaning it's everybody else kind of putting money together, pooling money in order to bring a birthday cake, or everybody takes you out to lunch. So the celebration essentially is gifted to you as a birthday present, collective birthday present. And, maybe you still do get the flowers from the CEO if you're lucky, but, it's a completely switched thing. And that also is diversity. That is how culture impacts something even as basic as a birthday party at work. So
it's also easy to make a mistake, right? Well, in this case, it might not be a really severe one, but suppose I were to go to Canada for 6 months and, I come in with my little cakes. That would be a big surprise. Nobody would
Right,
expect me to do that, right? It
right,
could be hilarious. On the other hand, it could also put you apart from the group. So there you go with your inclusion, right? It could be totally off and really annoying people. So even in the case of something light like this, it's worth your while to investigate, isn't it?
yeah, but the issue here, I think, is it doesn't even occur to you, I think,
No,
in most cases, to even think that there might be a difference, that there's countries that do it this way, or company cultures, let's say, that do it this way, and then others that do it the complete opposite way. You just think that your way is the way. And I think in those cases, just make the best of it, take it with a touch of humor, and say, oh, guess what? Now we have double the cake because I brought some too, or something like that. Because in the end, it's not the end of the world. It's a learning experience for everybody. And, just to put as slight a touch on it as possible, because obviously it's not the end of the world. If you didn't have enough cash in your bank account to treat everybody, well, then you treat them next week or something like that, or next paycheck. I think that or do something small, or just do another kind of gesture that doesn't necessarily require a lot of money or something like that. I think it's the thought that counts. So that's kind of just the relatable story of diversity that I wanted to bring up today.
well, it's nice. I think in addition, Claudia, that what could be a good idea actually is for HR and or the HR department, and when it comes to onboarding, to mention it, right, in your document or file or whatever, and however your introduction is, for someone to be able to look it up, because there are cultures who will not ask what is custom, right? Because
Mhm.
it's not done in your culture to ask questions. So the question could be complicated for someone, even though the topic is light.
Yeah.
So having this map or environment where you could look up birthday and someone could just look it up and know, okay, I will get flowers from the CEO or not, right? Or something different, a dinner present or whatever. And then you would know. So you could also avoid disappointment, but also wrong expectations. And then not having to ask the question enables you to maybe open a conversation with a colleague saying, okay, I am supposed to get some cake, right? My birthday, all of you. So for how many or for how much money? You could then, enter into a conversation knowing it's the right thing to do. So even topics as light as this are part of creating an inclusive environment. I think that could be the second conclusion.
Right. And I think during the onboarding process, at least you're going to raise awareness about that there might be a difference. Because if you're somebody who is used to doing it the same way than the culture way, you're going to read that paragraph and say, yeah, I do that anyway. But if you come from a culture that does it differently, at least it's going to plant that seed about, okay, so they do it differently here. So when my birthday comes along, I better should pay attention.
Yep,
So I think that it's preventing the person from going into a uh, uncomfortable or awkward situation once the birthday comes around. Good point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we see
Well,
that the devil is in the details, also for HR. So good point.
as always, Claudia, it's in the details, right? Well,
Absolutely.
thanks for sharing
Absolutely.
this enlightening story. I hope our listeners have some ideas to share or would like to share their opinion on our little conversation or whatever they would like to share with us would be excellent. We would love to hear it. And please don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe, show us your love, engage with the content, tell your friends, and we will be back with much more. You can get in touch with us. Our contact information is included in the show notes of this video, and find us on LinkedIn easily enough. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, and
Thank
see
you.
you soon again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.